teacher, either on this side, on the right side, or right in front of the teacher. All right, muting, okay, good. Wonderful. Let's get started. Whether you have a stretchy band or not, do the movement, get some good exercise one way or another. Pull the arms out and bring them back in. Today, again, the emphasis is a little bit more on breathing. I always emphasize it, but try it today to just pay attention, because these movements are movements we've done before. Pay attention to your breath. Take it a little bit more in, relax, lower the arms back up diagonally. Right arm up, left arm down. Nice and easy movement. By the way, who's in charge of the weather? What's up with this? It's January all over again. Yesterday night, the wind was howling near my house. I was really quite.
The trees were dancing.
It was quite intense. Over the head, pull the arms out if you can. If not, don't lift the arms over the head. Whatever height you want, whatever elevation where is comfortable for you, please enjoy. And back up and lower the arms back down. It is absolutely beautiful. You're all moving very slowly. Everybody at home, I'm sure you're doing the same thing. Great move. Let's flip the palms upwards. And just kind of, this changes not only the orientation of the forearm, but also the orientation of the humerus and the shoulder joint. And that's not funny. Pull the arms up and back in. You know, luckily I enjoy my own jokes. They're private. And back in one more time.
Can't tell if we're smiling or frowning.
I can tell by the eyes. Can't you tell by the eyes if people are smiling? The eyes usually kind of squint a little bit and they sparkle. You can tell by the eyes. It's really amazing. This has been a year for me when I go to grocery stores and stuff like this whole shelter in place and with the masks on. You can read so much by people's eyes, whether they're friendly or not, and you pay more attention to it. It's been a kind of my own little anthropological research in human behavior while just watching people's eyes.
So some of the masks will sort of move with the mouth.
Yes, also. Pull the arms to the right. You're assuming the archer position. Pull with the left arm and release. And pull with the left arm and release. And pull with the left arm and hold temporarily. And release. Switch to the right. Pull with the right arm and release. So we are both training the shoulder muscles on the left side and the shoulder blade muscles on the right side. And back in. And back down. Same idea, but this time a little harder variation. So the right arm goes up. You can extend it straight, or you can keep it flexed, whatever works for you. Tug with the left arm down and release. And the beautiful part of it all is that I don't even need to mention move at an even rate. That looks really, really good. And slowly down, switching arm position. So again, all those wonderful different orientations. I absolutely love the variations I see. Thank you. Let's do it one more time. And back down, lower the hands. Hands touching. And as usual, we are working on the shoulder blade muscles on this one. So the elbows move back and release forward. And the elbows tug backward and release forward. The elbows tug back, release forward. One more time, tug back, hold. Keep the chest extended, keep the shoulders pulled back, arms making the effort, release, and lower the arms out. We're still good? Do we need a little break or can we continue? Continue, all right? Palms facing toward the body. Wonderful. Elbows low, pull the palms apart and extend the arms forward, flex the arms and release, relax. Just relax momentarily. You don't even have to lower the arms all the way down. Pull, extend down, flex back up, release, relax, and tug, and extend down, and flex up, release, relax. Two more. Pull, extend, flex, release. Last one, extend, flex, release. lower the arms down. Give your muscles a momentary break. So if this book, I really recommend to people to read it, even though I didn't finish it, because it talks about his personal experience with breathing and also his own little experiments. And then he quotes a lot of scientific information about breathing. It's called Breathe, James Nestor. Maybe you can get one.
STOR?
I don't remember. That I don't remember. I could look it up. I could look it up and let you know next time. Maybe I'll bring the book next. It's not my book. Somebody lent it to me, but there's some really wonderful research. He's researching the difference between nose breathing and mouth breathing. And it's absolutely amazing how significant of the difference it is in terms of health benefits between nose breathing and mouth breathing. We should all be, if possible, breathing through the nose. And again, we all knew that from the old tradition, but now there's research on that subject. So breathe through your nose and especially through your left ear. All right. Palms facing forward this time. Elbows low, pull the hands apart, raise the hands to forehead height, right arm a little higher, left arm a little higher, back to parallel. Lower the arms down, relax, relax, and tug. Lift up and tilt, looking good. Back to parallel, back down, relax. Lovely. Tug, this time hands over the head if possible. Tug, tilt, back, chest, relax. Do we have one more in us? Tug out. If you do, good. If you don't, great. All the way up. Tilt, and tilt, and back, and down, relax, relax. Excellent. Tuck the bands behind your upper back, everyone, under your armpits. I love coming back to this room and seeing you all. It keeps kind of coming to me in waves. This whole business of not seeing people for 14 months or something like that, and then suddenly seeing you all again. That's really nice.
Room opens the vista to us.
And this is such a nice space. It's such a nice space. Since now we can see through those windows. It's really, really nice. Both arms forward, everybody, and out and back in and retract. And I'm assuming that everybody, whether you're on the in-house channel, at home, or whatever you're doing, you're taking some time to go outdoors a little bit. Go outdoors, even if you're not going for an intense hike. Go sit in the garden, take a book, something like that. Just sit in the sun a little bit or in the shade. Forward and out, back in, relax. You can come to my neighborhood and watch the aerial combat. The crows versus the hawks, the crows versus the ravens, blue jays against the It's really quite fascinating that they do all these wonderful maneuvers. Right arm up as high as possible and back down. Left arm up as high as comfortable and back down. As your right arm goes up, your left arm goes forward and back in. So a little do coordination exercise, left arm up and right arm forward and back in. And switch, looking beautiful, everyone. Thank you, everybody at home. I see some good movements. One more time, right up and left forward and left arm and back down and relax. Bring the arms forward, rotate the arms out. You're gonna raise the right arm a little higher without much of a tilt of the torso. Raise the left arm a little higher. Beautiful work. And one more time, and the other side. And back to center, forward and back in. It does pay off to do regular exercise because I'm pushing you without giving you too many breaks, and endurance of muscles I'm seeing definitely increased over the last years of exercise. So great work, everybody. Drop the bands to the lower back. And those of us who have any doubts, the lower back is right below the upper back. And palms facing forward and right arm up. There's a few things that are constant in this world. My humor never improves. So just rest assured it will never improve. And back down and up and down. Is this hard on anybody's shoulders? Because for my shoulders, I find this exercise somewhat demanding. All right, and back down.
My right shoulder.
Your right shoulder.
That's all.
Yes. The reason why it's hard because the arms are pulled slightly back, so this is already an awkward orientation. And I find this to be not very hard, but this is a demanding exercise on my lower back. All right, everybody, under your knees. Let's see. Yep, you can all see me on the camera. Great. So under your knees, and let's get started with movement upwards. So now the resistance is coming from below as if you are actually lifting weights. And before, all the movements were not gravity bound. Up and down, or gravity restricted. Up and down. Nice and easy, keep breathing. All right, let's turn it into a rotation. So a small circle with arms. I'm gonna turn the other way around because microphone does not like being against the backwards. And go the backwards. Tom, are you a drummer?
I was a drummer once.
Well,
Why?
no, you have drumsticks there.
Oh, that's exercise sticks.
Really?
Yeah, one of our exercises classes, we do the sticks. It's fun.
Which class?
Which class?
Diana.
Yeah.
Which one is that?
Diana.
But what is it called?
Brain body.
Brain body, and on what day?
Monday.
Monday. Do you like it?
Yeah, it's fun.
Good.
She tries to give us puzzles like we.
Yeah,
do
it's
the
more
triangle
mental
with
than
the stick
physical.
with one hand and a circle with the other.
I must say the same thing over and over again. Grand Lake Gardens has the most comprehensive exercise program of all the retirement communities that I teach. It's really quite amazing, the variety of classes that you have here.
Every day.
And every day, that's right.
Persuade the Piedmont Gardens people to take some of it.
Yes.
They don't have
Yes,
as much.
yes. The two communities, it's not that Piedmont Gardens doesn't have good programs. It's just how comprehensive it is. And that's just my opinion. It's all good.
They can get you now.
I'm there. I'm an imperialist. I take over the world one retirement community at a time. All right. And one more time and back out. Let's make it a little harder on the chest muscles. So we're going to go with the right hand to the left shoulder. Are we all feeling the chest in front of the shoulder now? And back down. So this is a lot harder. Now, of course, to make it easier, I'm going to remind everybody at home and here, to make it easier, you slide your hands further up the band. To make it a little harder, you have leftover. So the closer your hands are to the edge, the center of the band, the harder it is, of course. Cross and back down. Now, let me make it even harder on us. Try to sit upright. So whether you sit back in your chair against the backrest or you sit forward, try to sit upright. Now, this is going to be definitely more of an intense variation. That looks beautiful. One last time and back down. Wonderful. Switch hands. So your bands are crossed, but your arms are not. The right hand is holding on to the left side of the band. Left hand is holding on to the right. We're going to do some extensions. So grab the bands kind of a little taut to begin with. So they're taut to begin with. And you're going to extend the arms sideways and flex, relax. Notice the triceps. Extend sideways, back in, relax. Shoulder and triceps, that's what I'm feeling. Extend, flex, relax, and lift. Extend, flex, relax. Let's do one more. Lift, beautiful work. Back in, relax. Thank you, everybody at home and on the in-house channel. And slide the bands to the front of your knees. So again, for those of us who are just joining, the bands are going to go from behind across the front of your shin bones, binding the legs together. Sit a little further forward in your chair, and we're going to get the upper back involved as much as the arms. So pull the arms gently back, lean slightly forward, back up, and relax. And let me just emphasize something. When we lean forward, we lean with a flat back. So if we do this, it does not add much to the exercise. But if we do that, then you'll feel your upper back. Does everybody feel the upper back on this one? Good. That's our intention. Strengthen the shoulder muscles, upper back. Pull the arms back, lean just gently forward and back up. That looks really good. And pull the arms back and lean slightly forward Thank you, everybody at home. Looks really good. Pull the arms back, lean slightly forward and back up and relax. Pull the bands back up to this position. We're going to switch again a little later and we're going to do some leg exercises. But let's make this rowing motion and make it a little harder. So again, under the knees, across the top. Lift your hands to chest height, extend the arms forward, draw them down and out, retract them back as far as comfortable and release. Good, excellent. And up and forward and down and out, back and release. And lift and extend and draw down and out and flex, fall back and release. And last one, and down and back and release. Flip your palms so they're facing upwards. Now, for some people, this is going to be way too demanding in terms of shoulder mobility, so do the best you can. Arms up, extend forward, pull down and out, pull back, release. Was that okay? Everybody okay with that? Okay. Please make sure that you're not suffering. No suffering in this class. If something is chronically painful, just reduce the exercise. Shoulders are often, you have one shoulder that is more functional than the other. That's very, very common. Not for everybody, but I find it overall to be true. And up and forward and down and out and retract and relax. And up, last one, forward, down and out, back and retract. Slide the bands down again to the front of your shin bone. Oh no, what is he gonna do next? Are you all sitting there feeling it?
With bated breath.
With bated breath? I can't tell whether your breath.
It's a little minnow coming from my nose. That's the bait.
That was funny. All right, everyone. Let's get the legs going. We've been doing this for the last while. Just to the end of the class, we're involving the leg muscles rather than just the arm muscles and upper body. Pull the arms gently back, raise the right foot, lower the foot down, extend the arms. Pull the arms slightly back, left foot down and forward. I just want to show everybody how very little I'm tugging because I don't want to intense tug on the arms. Just a little bit. Notice this, just this. I'm not trying to go very far, just a little tug because we're going to do a lot of these. So tug, right, lower, relax. Tug, left, lower, relax. Tug, right out, back in, relax. Tug, left out, back in, relax. Don't feel left out. Pull, right, back in, relax. Pull, left, in, relax. Shall we do something else, a little harder? Sure. Pull back, right leg, extend the leg a little forward and lift it a little bit up and back down. Where do we feel this one? Top of the thigh? Anybody?
Under the knee.
Under the knee, thank you, thank you. Tell me, this is a new one for me. So if you feel it intensely under the knee, don't extend the leg too far out, just a little bit. We're not trying to extend it too far. Pull back, left, extend it a little forward and lift it a little up and back down. Notice I am not straightening the leg. Pull back, extend the right, flex, lower down, relax. One more time, pull, lift, extend slightly, flex, lower down. Pull the bands out. We're going to do one more variation with leg movement. So drape the bands on the floor, place your right foot on top of the band. Lower the camera a little bit. Thank you. It's my own little production company. The cameraman, the sound person, the director, the editor. Actually, there's no editor.
About makeup.
Makeup. Yes, can't you tell that I put a lot of makeup every day? All right.
Costumes, too.
Sarah, saw?
Costumes.
Costumes. Lift up, right foot, extend, flex, lower down. Hey, Connie, lower down. You want to join us?
No, I don't have my thing with me.
your stretchy band, but we're just almost done with it. You can join us for the second half if you want. Lift, lift, extend, flex, and down. There's a chair right here, Con. Right here. I'll move a little bit away. You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Just heard your voice and I thought I'd check in and see.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. You're very, very welcome. And one more time, lift, this time extend the leg straight forward. And if you can, pull it a little higher. And we're going to talk a little bit about politics in Zimbabwe. And back. Isn't it amazing how very little we know about politics or other countries? I sometimes meet people from another country and I realize how ignorant I am about what goes on in their country. Undo, left foot. This is the last exercise we do with these. We're going to start with back exercises in a moment. And lift, up, forward, flex, and down, relax. And lift, up, forward, flex, and down, relax. Lift, up, forward, pull a little higher. Anybody wants to stand up like that? No? Okay, flex and lower down, undo. And put the bands behind you. We're done with them. I met a lady who actually came from Zimbabwe, and she said it's pronounced Zimbabwe. You put the stress on the way. I think that's what she said. All right, excellent, everybody. Put the bands away, rub your hands, make sure that there's no residual tension in the hands. Remember what we did earlier, that extension of the thumb, because we did a lot of clenching. So now we need to do some opening. So stretch your fingers a little bit. If you want, push out a little bit on your thumbs, just to make sure that there's nothing turns into a chronic grasp. If you look at people's hands when they come, if you have any finger issues, they usually do not go this way, they go that way. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So we want to prevent that from happening. Wonderful. Let's get going with some back muscles. Grab onto your oars and row your boat forward and back up. And in the camera, you can see Connie bowing down to me, which is very appropriate. That's not funny. That's the only thing that there was not a joke today. I take very seriously people who are bowing down to me. And up and back. Roll the other way around. Now this time you can use this for a little tilt backwards, so to get the abdominal muscles working as well. And a little tilt back. Good. Try not to make the move too big with the arms, because we're done with the upper body. Now we're more focused on the back. And back to center. Separate your legs a little wider apart. Right hand reaching down toward the floor. Good back stretches and back up. If you're ever curious, go online, look up back muscles and back structure. You'll be amazed to see how many muscles are in the spine and in the back that produce all those intricate movements of the torso. And stretch up and back down. So your legs are oriented kind of sideways. Legs comfortably apart, but don't go too far apart. Your arms are going to go right over the thigh. So the right arm is right over the right thigh, left arm over the left thigh. And imagine you're holding on to two ropes. So the rope that pulls you right over the thigh. It doesn't pull you to the right, it pulls you diagonally to the right and over the right thigh and back up. And over the left thigh. Do we feel it more in the hip or in the back?
Yep.
All right, I hear both. Great. So you're feeling it. That's all I care about. And let your torso go to the left and back up and relax. Now here's the harder variation of this. So make sure your legs are not too wide apart. You're going to reach with the right hand towards your left foot. Please remember, never try to get there. You're going to reach towards it and see how far the back says okay to. And if the back says, oh, halfway is enough for me, listen to your back. Back up, stretch up and extend, lower the arm down, left hand towards the right foot. These are all getting a little harder as we go along through the stretches. They get a little bit more demanding, so please take care not to overdo it. And stretch up and back down. The next one is going to be our new yoga pose, and I don't know if we did it already or not, but let's go into it. So bring the legs together for a moment. and then legs all the way wide apart. And again, everybody at home on the in-house channel on Zoom, please remember these are going to be two more demanding poses. Please take care not to overdo. So here's the variation we already did. Extend the right leg sideways. So the right leg is extended straight or almost straight. The left leg is staying bent, but the legs are oriented apart from each other. Both hands are going to go on the left knee, which is the bent one. Lean forward and toward the left, trying to keep the back flat. And notice the stretch. Where is it felt? On the inside of the right thigh?
Hello?
Right thigh. Okay, back up. And into an upright position. Here comes the harder. Uh-oh, what happened? Lost internet?
No, you couldn't totally because you've got the.
Hello?
All right.
Yes, it is.
Oh, something, Julie's done something.
Yes, thank you for calling again.
All right, I don't know what to do about this. Yeah.
He's doing much better. He had a very good night's sleep.
All right, somebody iPad screen is taking over somebody taking over the screen. So let me see if I can.
Yes, well, the physical therapist was here this morning and, well,
Can
first
you
of all,
fix
when
it?
I got up this morning, I took it, it was 115/74. And then the physical therapist took it and it was down a little bit, but it's doing much better.
We're hearing Darlene.
Yeah, she's not, she just.
Okay.
Darlene.
Bear with us just for a moment. We're gonna fix this.
Now, where did you go? Let's get you back on.
She's in another program.
We have the wizard here, so there we go.
Okay,
It's getting better.
all right,
Wonderful.
okay.
Thank you, Julie.
Oh, you're welcome.
So what happened to the rest of the people there?
They're there.
They're there.
hidden.
They're
Yeah,
hidden. Okay,
they're there.
excellent. Thank you. I knew somebody could solve the problem, but it wasn't gonna be me. I'm still quite ignorant about how to navigate.
She's our new Genevieve.
No, she's, I knew Julie. Yeah, two different people, two wonderful abilities. All right. We really, really, really do get the best of the best. I've seen 25 years of teaching in retirement communities. I've seen so much staff changes and stuff like this. You guys are lucky. You guys are lucky. Yeah, always good, great people to work here. Overall, there's some kitchen staff that I've not seen in a year, and they say hello to me, and they just met me once. That's genuine friendliness. Really quite impressive. So here comes the second variation. Legs apart, right leg extended to the right. And here we go. The left hand is going to be on the inside of the left knee, and the right arm is going to point forward. Try not to fall off the chair. Reach forward, flat back. All right, here comes the variation. Push lightly on the left knee out. Aha, now you're feeling the muscles between the legs and the back of the right thigh. And back up and into an upright position. Was that doable?
Yes.
All right, here's our new position to our, or another variation to our repertoire. Bring the legs together for a moment and shake them a little bit just to make sure no muscles are going to be injured in the process of making this documentary. Separate your legs wide apart. Extend. I was very confused when I learned about muscles, as in the mollusks. I didn't know, somebody said muscle, they're eating muscle. And I went, what?
This is such a bad language.
No, it's like, it was very confusing in the beginning. You're like, mussels? What kind of mussels are you eating? All right. Left leg is extended, knees either straight or slightly bent. Oh, I see everybody back again. Put both hands on the right knee, bend with a flat back. Again, do not concern yourself with how far. Concern yourself with breathing throughout the whole movement and with feeling the stretch. And slowly back up and into an upright position. Put your right hand on the inside of the right knee. Left arm pointing forward. Reach forward gently, flat back. Thank you. You got it? And if you're doing a variation, that's perfectly fine. Push slightly with that right hand on the knee so it pulls out to the right a little further. Ah, that's a good stretch. And back up and lower the arms down, flex and back in and shake. The nice thing of doing these stretches, I get to stretch a few times a day. Isn't that fun? I really do. It's kind of wonderful. Push back in your chair and we're going to go for straightforward hamstring stretches. I want everybody, the sacrum, the lowest part of the lower back, to push firmly into the backrest. This will make the exercise a lot more comfortable. Right leg is going to extend forward. Left arm is going to extend forward. Straighten up your back, lean forward. It's not going to be a very big movement because you can't go very far this way. Are we all feeling the back of the right thigh? Thank you. Back up, lower the leg. So we feel the back of the right thigh and the top of the right thigh. It's working hard to keep the leg straight. So the quads extend the leg, the hamstrings flex the leg. Left leg forward, right arm forward, reach forward. And back up. And lower the arms back down. Slide forward in your chair. Put both hands behind the back. After all these forward bends and hamstring stretches, adductor stretches. And relax, relax. And again, arch. And breathe. And relax, relax. And one more time, arch. And relax, relax. Bring the arms forward, relax. Wonderful. Take a break, everybody. Push back, relax for a moment. We're gonna go for some more leg exercises today and then some standing exercises. In the camera, that's really looking funny. Connie, you're sitting like the inspector, checking everything is.
Connie's position reminds me of is when there's a kid in a class who's been acting out, the teacher makes them.
That's me.
I'm not telling you where I was most of my school days. I was never bad, I was a pretty decent student, except for I couldn't keep my mouth shut.
What a surprise.
We've noticed.
Thank you for your support. And I love you all too. No, it's, I've embraced this part of my character. I use it because I enjoy teaching. I just totally embraced it. But I was everywhere. I would sit in the front and I would be communicating with everybody except for the teacher. But I got decent grades to good grades. Nobody, people got upset with me for interrupting, but I couldn't complain about my schooling. All right, slide forward in your chair a little bit. Let's go for 2 more hip exercises before we stand up. So everybody, bring your legs close to each other. Cross your right leg over the left leg. A reminder, you can cross the lower position for those of us who have knee or hip problems, or you can cross with the upper position for those of us who can do that. You're going to put both hands on the outside of the right knee, whether you're doing it this way or that way. Straighten up your back, pull the right knee to the left gently. If you feel a stretch along the right thigh and hip, you got the purpose of this exercise. If not, you have a flexible. Pull gently, keeping your torso upright and relax. Do we want to make this one harder?
Yep.
Reach down. This is Tom's fault, by the way, everybody. You just need to know who's the culprit here. He said yes. Reaching down with the left hand to grab hold of the shin bone. If you're doing it this way, just grab hold of the knee. And then the right arm is going to be extended forward. You're going to pull the torso gently forward. And if you're comfortable, use your left hand to gently tug on the right shin bone. Are we feeling it intensely now? So let's intensify in the previous one. Back up and lower the leg down. At all times, please, I'm saying it the millionth time, do not overdo it because we do not want to injure joints. Muscles, if a muscle cramps, it goes away in how long? A day, 2, 3 days, joints, months. And I know it from personal experience. Do not want to hurt joints, so please be gentle. Cross the left over the right or this way, both hands on the outside, pull the knee across, keep the back straight, and relax, relax. Pull the knee across, keep your back straight. Beautiful. Relax, relax. Please remember to breathe. And now, if you can, reach down with that right hand, grab hold of the shin. If not, if you're doing it this way, just grab hold of the knee. Reach forward with the left arm. Hold lightly on your right, with your right hand on your left shin bone, and back up and lower the arm down. Undo the legs. Everybody pound the outside of your legs lightly. Do the muscles shake? The muscles of the leg shake? If they do, you have good tone. They should shake. They should not be like steel. I love that commercial that, from years ago. There was some exercise tool. You get buns of steel or, abs of steel. It's the worst idea in the world. Muscles should be pliable. They should be soft and good tone, but never taut. So today we're going to do the hyperextension with a quad stretch, which we've never done before. Rotate to the right. If you are sitting here, your right thigh should be close to the backrest. If you're sitting at home, your right thigh should be close to an armrest or the backrest. Sit enough forward so the left leg can move, but the left hip bone is on the chair still. Hold on to the chair with your right hand. Flex the left leg just a little bit. Now, just a little bit, everybody. I don't want the leg to extend far back, just a little bit. Now reach down and grab hold of your pants. Pull on your pants, see if you can lift your foot off the floor. And back down. Before we continue, was that doable? Possible?
That's weird.
Weird, I know. Pull and lift the foot off the floor. And back down. Pull and lift the foot off the floor. And back down. And now drag that left leg a little further back or a lot further back, depending on your hip ability or the hip mobility. Then straighten up and stretch the arm up, extending the torso, breathing, looking gorgeous. Thank you. At home, I can see some beautiful movements, everyone. Lower the arms down, drag the leg forward, bend forward just for a second. Straighten back up and rotate forward. So the pull of the leg was okay for us? Just FYI, do you remember these exercises you see runners do a lot? It's the same exercise. We're just doing it seated. It's exactly the same exercise. All right, so this is a quad stretch. We're combining a quad stretch with a hyperextension for the hip. So this time you're going to rotate all the way to the left, whatever left is for you. If you're done it one way,
It's the right.
yes. Whatever you did the opposite side, that's all. And I know it's sometimes confusing because I do the mirror image, so I'm calling my right, left, and vice versa. Hold on, slide a little bit to the front, so your right thigh is a little off the chair, but not the buttocks. Flex it back just a little bit so you can grab hold of your pants. If you cannot grab hold of your pants, grab hold of your socks. If that's not comfortable, improvise. Pull that foot off the floor if you can. And back down. Now notice that you're holding your breath, and when you pulled your foot off the floor, don't. Pull the foot off the floor, keep breathing. Thank you, and back down. And one more time, pull the foot off the floor and back down. Good. Drag that leg a little further back. I think we should all be so very impressed with our abilities. These are not easy positions. Now extend by raising the arm up. And again, if anything cramps, don't do it. And this is very, very common to get cramps in the thigh muscles when you do that. Lower the arm down, drag the right leg forward, rotate forward, bend forward, and back up. And we're gonna go into some standing exercises for about 5 minutes. Those of us who are at home or on Zoom or on the in-house channel or however it is, please make sure that you're safe. Your environment should be obstacle-free on the floor, and the chair should be safe, and you should be feeling comfortable to stand up today. Please, please.
Dave,
Yes.
can you suggest an exercise for those of us who aren't standing?
Absolutely. I'll try to remember and do some variation for those of us who are not standing. Thank you. Thank you, Caroline. Appreciate it. It's a good reminder. All right, if you are standing, you should be standing behind the chair, holding on to the backrest. For next week, I'd like everybody to bring a pipe. So you can hold on to the pipe and just, what was it, a commercial for some wine or booze? Wasn't that something like that?
Tobacco, I guess.
Tobacco? No, tobacco. All right. Isn't that amazing that some of us smoked? Isn't that amazing to think about it? What did we think to ourselves? I smoked for 3 years. The worst idea I've ever had. All right. For these of us who are sitting, you're going to do leg lifts. For these of us who are standing, we're going to do leg flexions. Flex back. Don't overdo it because you're going to cramp the hamstring. And back down. Left leg. And back down. Those of us who are sitting, just do leg lifts. And back down. Left leg. And back down. Right leg. And back down. Now we're going to do hyperextensions and flexions. So those of us who are sitting are just going to do the flexion. Flex forward, hyperextend back. Funny, and Tom, you might want to move a little forward with your chin. And flex forward, right leg only, hyperextend back. Flex forward, hyperextend back, extend the left arm forward, lean forward. Again, if you're seated, you cannot do this exercise, so improvise. And back up, lower the leg down. Was that okay? It's a nice yoga pose. Switching to the left leg. Flex forward, hyperextend back. Flex forward, hyperextend back. Flex forward, hyperextend back, raising the right arm off the chair, leaning forward. So your back muscles are working, your buttocks, the backs of your thighs, and your shoulder muscles. Back up and lower the leg back down. This one you could do seated or standing. Right leg sideways and back down. And left leg sideways and back down. So if you're seated, of course, the movement is going to be just this and back down. If you're standing, left leg out and back down. A little harder variation. If you're seated, don't do this variation. Right leg out, turn your toes to face outwardly. Turn your toes to face forward. Lower the leg down. Was that okay?
Yeah.
If you can do this, you have pretty decent mobility in the hip and good strength. Left leg out, rotate the toes out, rotate the toes forward and back down. Next week, we're going to hold the leg over the head and do this rotation. Are you volunteering? No adventurous spirit here.
What's the yoga?
How dare you, Kathy? Right leg out, hold, left arm out. Another yoga pose. You could do it seated. Back down. Left leg out, right arm out. Ooh, lovely, looking good. Thank you. And back down. Curtsy. If you're seated, do leg lifts. Back up. Curtsy. And back up. And curtsy. And back up, making it harder. Separate your legs wider apart. Again, if you're seated, you could do one leg, left leg, and curtsy, shift. Be careful on the knees. Shift. Back to center and straighten up. I want to remind everybody, when you do this movement, you should never exceed with the torso over the knee. So it's not ever this. You see what I'm doing? The knee goes over the toes. And the torso goes over, that's going to end up injured in the knee. So it's a very mild move. Curtsy, shift right, shift left, back to center, and back up. And curtsy, shift right, shift left, back to center, and up. Let's train the calves a little bit. So onto your toes and back down to your heels. This could be done standing or sitting, and down, and up, and down. Now come up on your toes. Those of us who are standing, you're going to hold onto the chair and step in place. Those who are sitting, just step in place. Are we all feeling the calf muscles? Quite hard on the calves, isn't it? And back down. One more balancing exercise. Onto your toes, arms up. And back down. We're going to do the same thing, but this time you are going to breathe. What a concept. Up. Don't worry about the balance. You have the chair there if you need to hold on to it, but keep breathing. and back down. Excellent. Rub your lower back, everybody. Separate your legs comfortably apart. You could do that seated or standing. Right hand on the waist, left arm up, tilt to the right. If this is too hard, you can always hold on to the chair with your right hand. Back up, lower the arm down, switching sides, grab or here, tilt to the left. And breathe. And back up and lower the arms down. Excellent, we're done. Have a seat. Wonderful work, everyone. Let's do a little breathing. Today, we're not going to do a relaxation per se. We're just going to do some breathing. So push back in your chair. Make yourself as comfortable as you can be. I love these chairs here. They're really tall. I have a tall backrest, so they provide really nice support. At home, just make yourself comfortable. We want for breathing to have the torso upright. Put your right hand on your heart. Put your left hand on your belly. You're going to exhale, pushing both hands in, so the chest kind of deflates and the abdomen as well. And inhale, let the abdomen and chest expand. And use the arms to push in as you exhale. And let the chest and abdomen push the hands out as you inhale. Exhale, push in, inhale, relax out. Exhale, push in, inhale, relax out, lower your arms down. This is full yogic breath using the chest and the abdomen. But take just a moment to breathe in and out comfortably, focusing on the breath flowing in and out. Maybe a little longer than normal, but very, very, very relaxed breath. Let's add an imagery to this. Imagine you're seated on the beach somewhere, and you're just watching the nice little ripple of waves washing onto the shore and washing back. Imagine you can hear the sound. So as you inhale, imagine the waves washing onto the shore. As you exhale, imagine them washing back. In and out. Waves in, wave out. Imagine the breath flowing at the same ease, with that soft little murmur of the water, or whisper. And very gently allow the imagery to dissolve, just allowing your body to settle down completely. Dissolving all efforts, relaxing, relaxing, relaxing. And then with the next breath, rub your hands gently, or your thighs, or anything that feels good. This is really, there's no formula here. And a nice stretch the limbs in any direction that feels good to you. And then eventually open your eyes, come back to the room. So just a reminder, we did 2 new yoga poses today. This one and this one. This is actually not a yoga pose. This is an exercise. It's a quad stretch. And we did something with some variation with it. So just new things to our repertoire. As usual, I would like to recommend to everybody to exercise, take as many classes as you can. Don't concern yourself with what class it is. Just come and join. Join for half an hour, join for a whole hour, whatever works for you. Drink plenty of wolf fluids and see you on Saturday. Thank you for your participation. Thank you, everybody at home. Lovely to see some faces on Zoom. Nice to see you, everybody on the in-house channel. I see big hand Ed waving and everybody else. So hello to everyone. Thank you for participating.